Well, thank you for joining us for the Whitewater Lake video. We were out there June 24th, 2012 for the third stop of this Angler's Choice Southeast Wisconsin Division. Here's Double Catch Lures. They're an excellent sponsor. They offer swim jigs, spinnerbaits, buzzbaits,
Give us some
football jigs, flipping jigs.
Hey Kelly, you make us any sandwiches?
Here we caught up with a number of anglers. Here's Michael Phelps hooking up with a fish.
Or a short one.
I'll get it. All three.
Awesome.
Here's Kelly Phelps hooking up with a fish.
Oh, last one.
Oh,
lost
two.
Oh, Kelly's got one.
Here, I caught him back.
The
Nice.
tournament staff's
Oh,
one of their
I got
favorite
that.
places to go, and where they frequent after the tournaments is Moe's Southwest Grill. It's in Pewaukee on Capitol Drive. We also caught up with Brian and Trisha here. You'll see Trisha here hooking up with one of their better fish on the day using light tackle. And Brian's going to net it for her. These guys came in with just under 12 pounds.
In the well.
Here's Brian and Trisha stepping up to the scales. There's Brian at the scales and Trisha right there behind him. She's looking at this as a fish right here that she caught there that you just saw. This fish went just over 3 pounds. And here's the rest of the fish. So they're 11.81 pound bag. We want to thank Wildman Ranch. This is a place to go. It's got, you know, the zip lines and ropes courses, paintball, whitewater rafting, great smallmouth fishing, hunting, all that great stuff up there. Check them out online. You can see everything they have to offer. Here we caught up with Angler of the Year, defending champs from 2011, Caleb and Dan. Here's Caleb hooking up. These guys are currently on top by a slim margin this year. But
here's Dan that's going to get in the action.
if you're looking for any past videos or results or schedules or anything like that, you can visit andrewsmithfishing.com. Everything is archived out there from last year's, and all the stuff to happen yet this year will be out there. When we were on the water video, and I had my son Dylan with me, and my co-tournament director, my brother Matt, so we got a little bored of videotaping. So we took an hour and went out and did some fishing ourselves. And here's my son. He enjoys netting fish and then measuring them.
Get him in the boat. Get him in the boat.
So we went out for like an hour and we caught quite a few fish. 24 fish in an hour.
You want to hold them?
They're not by mouth.
Not this one.
Just rule out, Dad.
That's over 10 inches. Can I hold them?
Just rule out, Dad.
You got them?
Just rule out.
Alright, come over here. Yeah, step right there.
You gonna give it a kiss?
No.
Alright, you want to see how big he is?
$15 inches. She got 15 inches.
Alright, you want to put it back?
No, but you don't still don't win it.
I don't win?
Yeah, because remember you said get me an open mat.
I thought I was on your team now.
One of my son's favorite things to do
I'll
is
get the next one.
put the fish back nice and softly. So next here we caught up with Dale and Chris.
Good job.
Dale was one of the few people we saw, well, the only person we saw throwing a frog. They didn't throw it much. They throw mostly worms and things, but here they did catch one on a frog.
That a boy.
You can see Chris in the back of the boat was doing what they normally did here, with a little wacky worm and stuff. And here you'll see him, Chris, hooking up with a fish.
10.92 pounds on the day,
Did they get another?
with a 3.5 pounder to go with it.
Oh, baby. That one helped out a little bit too, I think. Got the hot point there, huh?
One of the organizations we're passionate about here at AndrewSmithFishing.com is the Mac Fund. We try and donate our time and efforts to them. You can think about it yourself. Check them out online and what they do and who they're helping. Here's Mel and Ron. Mel and Ron we caught up this morning, and they were putting fish in the boat quite often. We really thought these guys were on the fish to perhaps contend with another check. They're coming off a second place finish at Little Muskego Lake. Unfortunately, Mel and Ron, although they caught quite a few fish here, you'll see, they only to the scale
For about 8.5 pounds.
And one of the things you can't do in a fishing tournament is make mistakes. And one of the reasons why this team only brought 4 fish to the scale here is unfortunately they missed quite a few bites also. So here you'll see them hooking up again, Mel and Ron.
I got it.
Got a good hook set and the net's coming. But just as it gets near the boat, it takes one last jump. Oh, and it's
No, that
lost.
was.
Wild Man Ranch is another one of our sponsors. Again, they got a lot of great outdoor activities up there. Check them out online. Here's that third place team of Caleb and Dan. You saw them out on the water. Caleb and Dan were throwing jigs as they normally do. They had just over 15 pounds. Currently in the Angler of the Year lead, but it's a pretty close race at the moment. There's their sack right there of 15.5 pounds. Here's our big bass of the tournament. You'll see it squeak through the guys that are standing in front of the camera. The big bass on the day on Whitewater was 5.33 pounds. That was brought in by Glenn Lyon. He took second place on the day with 18.5 pounds. He was fishing tubes in, about 8 to 12 feet of water. And here's your winners right here, Lee and Greg. These guys had just over 19 pounds. Their biggest fish was 4.79 pounds.
11. It's Lee and Greg. Okay. 11. Yeah. Thanks, Brian.
Your fish away.
7-9.
Lee and Greg were catching fish on crankbaits and 10-inch power worms, or trick worms, and they were also fishing in 8 to 12 feet of water. So that seemed to be the winning pattern. First and second place were fishing the same depth there. We want to thank everybody that helped out at the tournament. My brother, my son there, you see pulling weights. Check out andrewsmithfishing.com for all the other details.